Hiya, this is Strawberry Stab Wound, and welcome to my first official Drop Me video, and first official video in general. I'm so excited, and thank you so much for being here. I hope you'll stay and enjoy yourself. If you have any critiques or comments, leave them down below, and I appreciate it greatly. So as you can see by the reference photo on the left, I wanted to go for and I'm quoting this from my Pinterest, trashy bimbo aesthetic, which they did recommend to me, so take that as you will. Just take that as you will. So I actually found this playlist, and it's called Early 2000s Slut Era, and it helped me so much when making this video. For me, I have to listen to music that matches the vibe of my drawing, or I feel like I can't get it done. I can't explain why, it just makes it easier for me. I feel like my drawing and everything around me are more connected, which makes me feel more connected to my art. So right now what I'm doing is I am using a reference for the body type of my character Kalaya, the one who's in the front and on the right. She's chubbier, and while I do love to draw different body types, that doesn't mean that I'm good at it. I know a lot of people actually struggle with drawing bigger people, and I don't want to be that person. I feel that every single person should be represented correctly, so even though it takes time and it is a struggle, I'm doing it. So around here, I was starting to feel like I was in a bit of a rut, but then I found this photo of Paris Hilton, and it completely changed my vibe. I finally understood what I wanted to do. I really wanted that look of the tight, small crop top and the bra popping out, but the other one it didn't match Ayanoya. It felt very cougary, but also it looked too young for her. But this is exactly what I wanted. It matches Kalaya, the character next to her, it matches Ayanoya. I thought it was perfect, and I did go into a bit of a Paris Hilton rabbit hole. I couldn't help it. So before I tell y'all about the outfits that they're wearing, I want to help y'all connect with them and tell you about the personalities. So Kalaya and Ayanoya, they both have a connection to one character named Nara, who I'm not exactly going to talk about her or anything, but she is one of the main characters of my story. She's part of the main four. But anyways, so Ayanoya, the one on the left, is her bigger sister. She's very outspoken, she knows herself, she's very good at reading other people, and she's not exactly a bad person, but she would risk the world if it meant it would save one person that mattered to her. That includes Nara and Kalaya and another character of mine, Vivi. Ayanoya is incredibly dedicated to a fault, and I absolutely love her. I wrote her to be the confidence that I wish I had in myself. She speaks when she wants, says what she wants, but she's still kind. She's very likable. She's like one of those girls that I think would be popular because she's actually a cool person, but she can be a bitch, and I adore her. Kalaya is Nara's love interest, but that's not just a personality, so let's get past that. She is the complete opposite, which is why her and Ayanoya are so good together as friends. Kalaya is very soft-spoken, very reserved into herself. She's not really good at reading people, so she's very easily flustered. She gets defensive a lot, and so when she feels defensive, she lies and she manipulates people. She wasn't exactly raised in a great home. None of my characters really were, and so when she feels threatened, that is her go-to. And as you can see, she is the only chubby character in my story so far. All my main characters have completely different body types. Ayanoya is very thin, Vivi has a mid-sized body type that's relatively androgynous, and Nara is a buff woman. I wanted each of them to be very different, not only in personality, but also in their bodies and faces, because representation matters so much to me, and even though I'm not fully where I want to be, I think I'm getting there, so if you stay, I hope you'll notice that with me as well. Now it's time for me to take a lunch break because I had not eaten in forever. I got chicken nuggets and fries because I am a chef, and Gordon Ramsay and I are secretly related. And then right here, as you can see, I'm giving her a really cute and simple beaded bracelet, like the ones your friends would give you when you were a kid. I personally never made them because I'm very messy and I never figured out how to tie it correctly, so they always came apart. To this day, I just don't make bracelets because I can't freaking figure out how to do that. But nonetheless, it's cute on her. I'll draw them, but I won't make them. An artist that I definitely want to give a shout out to, even though she obviously doesn't need it for me, is Likelihood Art. Her art is so amazing and beautiful, and just looking at her art made me want to branch out more, and the way she draws bodies, squares, and rectangles, it helped me so much, and I actually used the techniques she used in this drawing for this video, so please check her out. The way she draws is so interesting, and you can see the influence of the lines in her art, but it doesn't look stoic or stiff, but instead it looks so lively and bright. I love it so much. Ugh. The way she draws reminds me a lot of Ethan Becker, which I thought was interesting, and I'll link him even though he definitely doesn't need help from me. Please check them out. Watching people draw and watching their process really helped me grow, and I think everybody deserves a chance and opportunity. Okay, so speaking of shapes and anything like that, does anybody remember those tutorials made by like 14-year-olds that they posted on like Tumblr and DeviantArt that were like, woman, big boob and hourglass, man, big strong, triangle and square? Because those ruined me, and they did lead me into the gateway of only draws men to, oh, I'm a lesbian? So, okay, I can give her credit for that, but I will not give it credit for anything else, because no. However, once again, they were kids, so, and at least they had the balls to post them. I did not have those types of balls at age 14 and stuff. No, I wasn't that cool. Especially, and I have no place to talk, especially since I am the type of person where I drew people as those beanbags and, like, beans. I was like, oh, human bean? Draw human as bean. As you can guess, it never worked out. My anatomy was so bad, and oh my god, it was just, okay. My anatomy isn't exactly the best now, but I will give my little bit of credit, so jump scare time. I'll flash you guys some of my old art. Yeah. Dear God. Just please don't draw people as beanbags, please. It's just not right. It's not right. Right here I'm drawing her bangles. I talk about those more near the end. I think they're beautiful and a lovely accessory. They're so pretty and she looks so good in them. Also, back to this topic. Speaking of those weird gendered body tutorials, Izzy's or Izzy's, I've heard people pronounce it differently, I actually made one of those tutorials that I used, and I didn't know that until I saw their video, and I was like, oh my god, you contributed to the deterioration of my art development, which, okay, I'm joking. She's amazing. Please look at She's amazing. Please look at their content. It is so good, so well done, and so well researched. I know, once again, they don't need it from me, but I love to shout out my favorite creators because they all deserve it and they work so hard. And now we finally get to talk about my favorite part, which is fashion, accessorizing, etc. So what I was inspired by was not just the bimbo aesthetic, but just early 2000s in general. I can't explain why, but lately I've just been feeling very nostalgic and, as mentioned, in the very beginning, I found a playlist that just spiked my inspiration. Another thing that inspired me was it's winter, and I've been seeing a lot more of those photos where there's women in bikinis in the snow, and I was like, okay, well, now I have to do that. I love my characters, but I'm gonna draw them in bikinis in 40-degree weather because I don't care. They're fine. They'll be fine. So for Kalaya, the one on the right, what I want to do for her is I wanted to give her more revealing clothing. I honestly just absolutely love drawing her body type. It's good practice, and I just think she's gorgeous, and I do have a crush on her, so... I also decided to give a really cute bikini top and bottom, and I never ever do any type of anime print. For the longest time I thought it was tacky and ugly, but I don't know, as I'm getting older it's growing on me, which may be a sign of something, but nonetheless, I decided to give her a cheetah print. I think it's really cute and a trademark, I guess you could say, I can't think of the word right now, of Gyaru and early 2000s. There were patterns everywhere. Everything was intricate and it was complicated. There were so many designs and a lot of crosses I'm noticing. So many crosses. I didn't realize that they were so popular in the early 2000s. I was gonna give her abortion hoops, but I completely forgot about them. So, oops. I might add them back in later, but for now, I already finished the line art, so here we go. Also, did y'all notice that I now have an even sexier camera angle? I stated earlier, stuff in the early 2000s was just more intricate and things were bigger and chunkier, so I decided to give her a really cute thick bracelet with a cross in the middle and a bunch of little beads. As I said, crosses were popular, but so were beads. Just beading and glitter everywhere. It's really interesting. I kind of wish we could bring that back. There's just something about the beads everywhere and the prints, and life just felt simpler. But also, I was a baby, so I guess that's why I view it the way I do. I also decided to give her huge chunky boots with the belt going across with the cheetah print, as this was heavily inspired by a Gyaru outfit I found on Pinterest. It really inspired the whole outfit, really. I've never seen anyone wear boots with a belt and chains, but shit, it's original and it's cute and it's perfect. Originally, I was gonna give Kalaya a little chain around her thigh, but I think the garter is so much cuter and is a lot more on theme for what I was going for. And then on her other wrist, she is Indian, so I was like, okay, let's give this cutie some bangles. I didn't do any intricate designs or anything like that because I was getting tired, and honestly, I just wanted to do simple colors. I feel like it matched the vibe more, and she's not exactly the type of person to wear complicated ones. Not to mention certain designs mean certain things. From what I've read, and I could be wrong, please educate me in the comments if I'm wrong. From what I've read and researched, certain ones are only for big events like marriage and ceremonies and stuff like that, so I was like, let's just keep it simple and cute. Then finally, on Aganoya, I decided to give her a more softer Paris Hilton vibe. As I said earlier, she has a really cute crop top that's tight and a lacy bra coming out of the front. I also noticed that lace was very prominent in certain outfits, so I wanted to make that pop out, and I wanted to give both Ayanoya and Kalaya lace to tie them in and show that they did coordinate their outfits together a little bit because they are besties. You can't really see it, but I did give her a little skirt. It's the same one that Paris Hilton was wearing. It's simple. I think I'll make it white. I don't know yet. It's tight, but it's short and cute. And unlike Kalaya, I can't really give Ayanoya many piercings because she doesn't have any, because she is deathly afraid of needles. Fun fact. I also decided to give her this super cute chain belt, I guess you could say, around her waist. I've always wanted one of those, and I think no matter your body type, they're beautiful, and I feel that they give you confidence. Maybe it's just me, but I've always wanted one, and when I see women with them on, all I think is mother. Another thing that I did to make sure that they tied together and it looked like they thought of their outfits together was I gave both of them something fluffy. I gave Kalaya the fluffy boots, and for Ayanoya, I instead gave her fluffy cuffs around her hands from what she was wearing. That's one integral part of her character that I always like to do in her outfits. I just think it has a diva vibe / aesthetic, and it's really fitting for her, so it's something I was trying to incorporate in her designs. Plus, having her in the back is easier because she doesn't have legs. And her robotic legs, because my story is a little cyberpunk-ish, it's a whole process to draw them, and sometimes you just want to draw Bimbo being a cute little bimbo. So there she is. I was struggling with this hand so much. I really thought it was perfect, but then I looked and it was not perfect. It was too high, it was too big, it didn't match her. I don't know if it'll show it because I had to take a lot out, but I ended up just having to trace the hand because when I tried to draw her nails, I couldn't for the life of me figure out the placement. So here's me struggling for way too long to figure out what the heck I'm supposed to do. And I put it up to her face to make sure that they're the same length because that's what you're supposed to do. Now I put a heart-shaped one with wings in the center of Ayanoya's chest, and then for Kalaya, on her side, I put one with stars and cute little shapes. Neither of them actually have these tattoos, but as you'll see later, I do give them cute, like star-shaped ones and heart-shaped ones, just because I found them on Pinterest and I thought they were cute. I have no other explanation. That's just how I am. I thought they were fitting, and maybe they just put on fun temporary tattoos in the moment. Not to mention the fact that, once again, Ayanoya is horrified of tattoos, even though she is a tattoo artist and she does piercings for a living, but okay, so bad news. My phone died and I didn't realize, so it didn't get the last bit of the footage. However, I still want you guys to see the finished product, so here it is. I hope you like it. I'm thinking of doing a part 2 with colors. Let me know if you'd like to see that and my cute girls. And I'll post the whole image of it right here. Thank you so much for watching. I really, really hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you have a lovely, lovely day. Also at the bottom I have linked my Instagram, my card, and my commission sheet if you'd like to look at that stuff. If not, that's completely okay. And I also made sure to link all the people that I talked about here in my description. Have a lovely day. Thank you so much for your support.